Hello, everyone. This is EB the Sponge Reviewer here, and I'm back with another episode review of the Patrick Star Show for this week of new episodes. And today I'll be reviewing the episode Chopping Spree. In this episode, it's actually another episode involved with one of the alternate Patricks, being the Barbarian Patrick, and he's actually named Pat the Hapless. And in this episode, while battling the wizard Bubble Bass, Pat the Hapless becomes really stinky and causes a disturbance throughout their village. And so Pat the Hapless is greeted by three cloaked fish characters, one of them being the hash-slinging slasher. I'm sure he has a name in the show, but we all know him as the hash-slinging slasher from Graveyard Shift, so I'm going to call him by that. So yeah, the three cloaked fish characters inform Pat the Hapless that he must buy this bath bomb because he stinks really badly, and so he has to go to this shopping mall to get it. And hence the name of the episode being Chopping Spree, because throughout the episode, Pat the Hapless goes around chopping people's heads and body parts off with his axe as he's going around trying to find this bath bomb. And that's the really interesting part of this episode, of how violent it is. Like majority of this episode is Pat the Hapless going around this shopping mall trying to find this bath bomb, while during the process slicing people's heads off. Like there's this part in the episode where we got these three female fish characters offering Pat the Hapless food, and he ends up chopping off their heads during the process. So Pat the Hapless ends up finding the bath bomb, and Patrick then ends up taking it, eats it, thinks this is a jawbreaker, and that's where Pat the Hapless goes into a rage and goes around chopping off people's heads off by turning into a giant buzzsaw, which I thought was pretty funny and comical. But yeah, overall, this episode was pretty decent. I really didn't mind it all that much. It was interesting seeing another episode centered around the other Patrick Star Show characters and not being around the family and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And another thing I realized is that that I've been noticing for a while now is that they have been doing a lot more. They have been focusing a lot more on story now in these later episodes, and not focusing on doing random gags and bits like they did in the first season, like in the first half of season 1. But they finally got their groove, and they're starting to actually focus on story-centered episodes with these later Patrick Star Show episodes, instead of just swapping between different segments every once in a while. They actually got their groove on that. Alright, so tomorrow's episode is going to be All Bought Myself, and that's going to be the last episode for this week of new episodes of the Patrick Star Show. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow with that review.